Hi, Rosebuds. Welcome to the garden. My name is Raquel Rose, and this is Smell the Roses. You see the topic of today's video, the Misandry of Keke Wyatt. Let's get started. Okay, so simply put, if you don't know, misandry is the hatred of men, right? In my opinion, women nowadays use misandry to gain popularity, wealth, respect, mainly using social media. And here we go again with Keke Wyatt. I'm starting to see a pattern. Um, Maybe back in 2001, she wasn't using social media, but she was definitely using the media as a tool to be a misandrist, okay? And that's just my opinion. Now, what pattern, you ask? The pattern of using domestic violence to gain sympathy from the public is what I see. Okay. Now, if you don't know who Keke Wyatt is an American singer, songwriter, and television personality. In 2000, after performing in several different girl bands and working as a songwriter during her teenage years, she garnered national attention after her successful collaboration with fellow R&B singer Avant. I am going to list that song in the description box because it happens to be one of my favorite songs still to this day, just about 24 years later. I'm going to link that song as well as all of the material that I'm covering, including the video that I have displayed here for you all, so that you all can go and do your own reading and let me know in the comments, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? What do you all think? Okay. But despite her phenomenal voice and a successful music career, keeping herself relevant for freaking 25 years in the music game, she has some significant issues in her romantic relationships, okay? She's been married 3 times. She claims 11 children. I think 2 of those children are actually from her husband's previous relationships. Okay, so it's kind of like a blended family, but I believe that definitely 10 of the children or 9 of the children, it's really hard to keep up. Okay, that's one thing when you Google her, when you wiki her, it's hard to keep up with all of the children that have either come out of her body or that she claims. Okay, but very quickly, to get us started into the video, a domestic abuse situation kicked off between her and her first husband, and it was widely reported around the news junket back in 2001, where she was explaining why she stabbed her husband 3 times. Okay, so I'm going to let the video play, stopping it occasionally to add my commentary due to fair use. Okay, so I know that some of you all get annoyed with me pausing it so often, but I do not want to get in trouble by the fair use rules. I will definitely link all of the videos in the description box and give all of the content creators their due recognition. Okay, so let's get started, Rosebuds.
Now, you can't talk about Keke Wyatt without talking about her first marriage to Ramit Morton, her road manager. Let's be real, getting married young is tough. And Keke said, why not, at just 18? But this marriage was like a ticking time bomb. The two had 3 children together, and by 2009, things were seriously falling apart.
So I'm with this dude, he's crap, and so I end up in a horrible situation. I was in it for 10 years. But like, I tried to stay. I tried to work it out. I tried to fix what was broken and I couldn't do it. And I had to get out of there.
There were rumors of violence, arguments, and let's just say Keke wasn't one to back down. Oh no, sis was swinging, literally. In a shocking moment that hit the tabloids, Keke stabbed Ramit in what she later claimed was self-defense during one of their heated altercations.
Because I was like, yes, I did stab the guy, but it was in self-defense.
Yes, you heard that right. Now, we don't condone violence, but let's just say this marriage was more toxic than reality TV. By 2010, Keke was done.
Okay, so you saw the man in the video sitting next to her while she was talking about stabbing her first husband. That is Michael Jamal Ford. She married him a year after she divorced her first husband in 2010. Okay, he's an ordained minister who went on to appear with her in the reality TV show R&B Divas. And so from about 13, Wyatt was raising 6 children with Mr. Ford, 3 fathered by Wyatt's first marriage with her first husband, right? A daughter named, I'm not going to say the name, but Mr. Ford, had a daughter from his previous relationship. And then they had 2 children together. All right. And then Wyatt, her 7th child, and Ford's 4th child together before they split up. Okay. She announced in April of 2017 that she was pregnant with their 8th child. Okay. So now we're on child 8, but something happened at this time with this man, Mr. Ford. Listen up.
It was really, really hard to get out of that situation because I had already had 4 babies. Please help me now, God, please. And I just left.
On the next guy, whatever the past guy did. So, like, how did you deal with that?
Went through a whole year of just talking, hanging out, being friends. And so initially, I just wanted to help her get through this tough situation that she was in.
So this very brave soul of a man decided to help her through her hard time after she had stabbed her first husband 3 times. He thought it would be a good idea to marry her. So maybe he thought that because he was a pastor and that they were talking so often that this was a form of therapy for her and that she didn't need therapy because all she needed was his love. I felt like he was a bit goofy, but I do definitely think that in these situations, she's picking a certain kind of man. Okay, maybe the first man chose her based off of her youthfulness, maybe her naivety, however you say it, her being naive. But it seems like as we go forward, there's going to be a pattern created here where she quickly marries someone after a failed relationship and starts having multiple children, and then blames the man when it doesn't work out to her benefit.
Divorce papers filed and she was out. But here's where Keke's story really turns from drama to chaos. After Ramit, you'd think Keke might take a breather from love, right? Wrong. Keke said next and married Michael Jamal Ford, a former minister. Oh, the irony. The couple had a bunch of kids. Yes, we'll get to that in a second. But like all good things in Keke's life, this marriage too hit the rocks in a very public way. In 2017, when Keke was 8 months pregnant, yes, 8.
When you 8 months pregnant, your husband got the nerve to tell you that he wants a divorce. I am so done with Michael Jamal.
Michael Jamal decided to pull the plug on their relationship, and sis was not having it. Keke, being Keke, did what any self-respecting diva would do. She put him on blast during an Instagram rant, letting the world know her man was walking out on her while she was carrying their child. Can you believe that? The drama. But let's be honest.
Okay, so you see what I mean? Using the media and using social media as a way to garner sympathy from the public to tear this man down. Okay, so in an article that I'm going to link in the description, Keke and her ex-husband, Michael Ford, have gone through a bitter public divorce and is now gotten even nastier. Ford is threatening to sue the R&B singer. Back in September of 2017, Keke said they were divorcing because Michael left her when she was 8 months pregnant with their 9th child. However, Ford said, I can no longer allow our children to live in a toxic environment. And because I love Keke, I can no longer accept toxic behavior. This is what is quoted in a BET article. Okay, so this is his point of view. This is what he's saying. He's calling her toxic. He's saying that it's not a good environment for their children. Okay, so then Keke came back in the same article, blasting him, even though she had already remarried at the time. Okay, so that's another thing. After all of her divorces, she remarries within a year. Okay, she's had 3 marriages. All right. And the reason why she's in the news today is because of who she's dating now. Allegedly, she's dating her second cousin. And at the end of this video, I am going to show you a very intimate video that lends me to think that the rumors are true. Now, I don't know if this man is technically her second cousin, but this is what her 3rd husband is alleging. Okay, he's alleging that, just like Mr. Ford said, she's alienating him from his children and taking up with her cousin. Okay, but here we go. It's a lot.
Honest, this wasn't the first or last time Keke would have some man drama. When we say Keke Wyatt has a big family, we're talking big. As of 2023, she's rocking a jaw-dropping 11 kids. Yup, you heard me right, 11. And somehow, this woman still manages to stay fabulous, slay every performance, and hit those high notes like it's nothing. I mean, seriously, how does she do it?
Love most of all, and God, honey, and the help of my husband, my stay-at-home dad. No, maybe when we go out and somebody's trying to run off, but then that rarely happens because I assign a little one to a big one. So you're responsible for this one. I count heads. I have to go.
At this point, Keke could run her own mini nation, but instead, she did the next best thing, started her own reality TV show. Honestly, who wouldn't tune in to watch this supermom wrangle that many kids while serving us diva realness on the daily? And it's not just about having a lot of kids. Keke is also incredibly open about the challenges she's faced, especially when it comes to her son who has special needs.
3 whole days straight, I've been awake. He may be nonverbal. He could say mom, but that's about it.
Her son Raja was diagnosed.
So, yes, this is her son with her 3rd husband. Okay, in October of 2018, after divorcing her second husband, she marries Mr. Zachariah Daring. Okay, and she announced that she was pregnant with child 9. Okay, and she then gave birth again in 2020. And so it's this repeated pattern of breaking a home, starting a new home, but going so fast. She doesn't give it any time really to heal from the last marriage before she's already having children in the second marriage. And then when things go wrong, she blames the men for it going wrong, but also for being abusive. And it's never done, behind the public view. It's always in the public spotlight.
diagnosed with leukemia, and Keke has been very vocal about how hard it was on her as a mother to deal with such a devastating diagnosis. But in true Keke fashion, she fought through it. Her son is now in remission, and she continues to be a fierce advocate for him and all of her children.
My baby fighting cancer, leukemia, which is cancer of the blood and the bone. A year later, my baby is cancer free.
You got to give her props for handling all of that while still slaying on stage. Oh, you thought Keke was going to chill after Michael Jamar? Think again. Sis didn't waste any time, honey. She went straight back to her first love, Zachariah Daring. Yup, life has a funny way of bringing things full circle. And in 2018, those two lovebirds tied the knot again. And you already know what comes next. More babies. By 2022, they were welcoming baby number 2 together. Now picture this, a whole blended family under one roof with 11 kids, ranging from a little 6-month-old to a grown 21-year-old. Talk about chaos central. But hey, things seemed pretty calm with Zachariah, or at least that's what we all thought. This is Keke we're talking about. Anything can happen, and guess what? It did. In July of 2024, she wrapped up divorce number 3 with Zachariah.
A 14-year-old child laying in the bed dying that I gave birth to, and I'm an emotional toxic wreck. No, you are toxic and you are an emotional wreck.
So, does this mean we're on to hubby number 4 and baby number 12?
Okay, so here we go with the drama with husband number 3, who she is still technically married to, okay? He just recently sat down with my girl Tasha K, and this is what they had to say, or he had to say about Miss Keke.
She drove that man crazy, man. From what I heard, her brother, baby Keeper and all, you would have liked him, Zach. Before his accident, I know things might have changed or whatever. She said he was a good dude. You would, even a brother. Now, baby Keeper loved me because when he was 10, 11 years old, traumatic things happened that I can't speak of. I'll let him tell that. But I went after people physically.
The baby got touched by somebody?
I'm going to leave that. That's for him to tell. But that's why her brother loved me. Nobody stood up. Her mother, father, everybody, you know, Lauren Jean, you know, she'll take somebody out first.
Like, how did Keke, like, because it seemed like every time one man left, she had another one to replace that one.
She can't be alone. She can't be alone.
These men around the kids, and I'm like, how safe is this for the children?
She can't be alone. And prostitutes have enough respect and to go out and get their own cousin. That's why I'm embarrassed to be on here, y'all. I don't want to be connected to this.
When life gives you lemons, rock.
So, do you see that? He's alleging that she is sleeping with her second cousin. Yes. Very, very deep. Not only is he alleging that, but he's alleging that the first husband had a problem with her, and literally, like, hates her, okay? But we don't hear much from the second husband. I guess because he's a pastor, he wants to keep things up, above board in a more classy way, so he doesn't say anything. But let me show you this interesting video of the man that they say is her cousin. It's a very intimate video of them.
Oh my God.
And I can't play the video or I can't let y'all hear the sound of the video, but that baby is the third husband's child, okay? This was posted by Keke. I'm assuming that this is Keke's bedroom. These are all of her children, and that is her second cousin playing with the third husband's child as they are estranged from one another. That paper that he was holding up on Tasha K's interview was a picture of this man here. And he's alleging that this man is her second cousin. And he's embarrassed of the situation, that his children are now being raised by a man that is her lover, but is also her second cousin. I was completely shocked at this. Like, who does that is what I was thinking. Like, no, that can't be true. Her third husband has a video that's up on YouTube. I'm going to also link that video in the description box. But I just want to know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is like a one-off, that I'm tripping by calling her a misandrist because she might have had 3 divorces that didn't work out? You know, am I wrong for thinking that, you know, she hates men? I mean, most of her children are boys, okay? Look at how she conducts herself with men. It's the same pattern over and over again. It's always their fault. She constantly shames them on social media. Nothing is private, you know. So, you know, if these men want to get a job somewhere else outside of the industry, this is going to haunt them everywhere they go. These news articles, her getting online, blasting them, this will follow them and bring shame to them. And she knows that. She totally knows that. Nothing is private. And these are these children's father, and most of them are boys. So it's like you are dogging out the reflection of the men you're raising, but these are all men that you picked. So you all tell me, what do you think, Rosebuds? Is she a misandrist? Is she just crazy? Am I crazy for thinking that she hates men? I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments. If you made it this far in the video, please drop a rosebud in the comments. I'd love to see it. I appreciate you all for sticking in here with me and watching this video. Until I see you all again, have a great day, rosebuds. Bye-bye.